Just turning up to a track day, even a novice one, on my own with my bike and not knowing anyone would have been terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially as a girl.
Yeah.
So, this was your first track day. What did you think about the whole thing?
Are we allowed to swear?
No.
Flipping mint.
So how was your intimidation level? I know we both got to the track this morning, like, yes! And oh my god, I'm terrified, and yes! It was kind of excitement,
like
and
ages.
But how was sitting in the pit lane to go and do your first cycling laps? How terrified were you? Or like, when were you most intimidated on the whole day?
This morning.
Before you turned up there?
Yeah. This morning, I was doing some like stretches. I was trying to.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, because
you were.
I felt like I couldn't breathe almost. It was when I get anxious. It feels like the walls are caving in a little bit. So I was just trying to like breathe deeply and just do some stretches to kind of open my shoulders and stuff. Make sure I could turn my neck, and because I put all the tension in my neck, which obviously is rubbish for riding a bike. So I think this morning, before I'd even got there, once I got there, and we'd met the instructor, and he was lovely, he was so nice, and he because of his reassurance of, you know, like, this is a novice day, that just kind of...
It's okay to be rubbish.
It's okay to be rubbish. It's okay. But going into it, we've both already said, like, it's all right to be the slowest. You know, we're not trying to win prizes for the fastest round the track. We're there to learn. And as long as you know that, then you're going to have a great day. But yeah, definitely most nervous this morning before I got there. Once I got there, then I felt like it was real. And because there was so much going on, it kind of like settled. And then once you were out on the first lap, it was just like, oh my god, I'm here.
This is cool.
This is amazing, yeah.
But talk to me about being a girl doing a track day.
So initially, when you book it, you think, well, when I booked it, I was like, yes, track day, book it.
Awesome.
Get it done. Then as you've booked it, you start thinking about what it's going to be like. You start putting all these assumptions in your head about what it's going to be like. Obviously, I think it goes without saying that it's going to be more male dominated, which was great that we had each other.
Yes.
And there was there one other woman?
I think there was one other woman.
One other woman there, out of like 39 of us, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have all these preconceptions about it's just going to be male ego. It's going to be I'm going to be pulling over all the time. I'm going to be watching where all the guys are, and they're going to come up really fast. But as the instructor said, it's if somebody's behind you and they want to come past you, it's you stick to your line. You stick to the racing line. It's their job to get around you in whatever way they see fit. And then after that, it's kind of you're all right.
One thing I think that surprised me was how many track days these novices had done.
Yeah.
And there were definitely people on there who were not novice bike riders. So there were people who turned up with all the gear and the tyre warmers and their race-ready bike.
Yeah.
And this was not their first track day, or even their second, or probably even their 10th. They had definitely been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
But I'll give them the due. Most of them were really considerate of the fact that we had never done it before and didn't have a clue what we were doing, and could probably veer off somewhere that we probably shouldn't have been veering off to, and picked the wrong line and generally made a mess of it.
Yeah.
And most of them were pretty good at just avoiding us as they overtook them, which it must have been frustrating for them, but it's an obvious track day, so that's up to them if they want to book on it. And that's what the instructor said. He said they've chosen to be here, and the whole point was to learn. And there were instructors riding around the track, even if they didn't have anybody with them. They were watching, and they were all, and the marshals were all watching and stuff around the track too. Yeah. So that made me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
I think it would have been really intimidating, and there were still people that overtook you. That you would still get, but you know when on the road when someone goes flying past you at 100 and whatever, and you haven't even seen him, and you feel like, oh my god, I'm obviously awful because I hadn't noticed them. I didn't have the same thing of that with the track. And although the first time it happened, it's a bit like, oh, okay, because obviously on the cycling lap, you're not allowed to overtake or anything. And then suddenly you're all let loose. And yet, people who are faster than you go flying past you. But it didn't it wasn't as intimidating
No.
as if you just accept the fact that they're going to miss you.
And it wasn't as soul destroying as when someone does it on the road. You know, like when you're on the road, you're trying to like be good and stick to the speed limit and stuff, and people whiz past you and you think, God, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Whereas on the track, you're just like, no, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing. You
Yeah.
look like you're having a great time. I know I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's happy.
Yeah, it was really cool. And it's difficult because I think if I hadn't been with you, just turning up to a track day, even a novice one, on my own with my bike
Yeah.
and not knowing anyone, would have been terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially as a girl.
Yeah.
And I'm sure guys are terrified too when they do the same thing, but I think, I don't know, it probably is worse as a girl because there's this whole thing about being a female rider.
Yeah.
Um,
To be fair, we like all the guys that I spoke to today were all absolutely lovely.
yes.
And like the first question when you're talking to someone at track days, is this your first time? Some of them it was yes, some of them it was no.
Yeah.
The guys who were saying no, and like they've been to other tracks before and stuff, but when they'd not been to this track, so they were getting used to this track.
Yeah.
But as well, they even say like it's just all good fun. It's a good day out. You know, like you get to know your bike more.
And they were being really sort of helpful and encouraging and giving tips and like if you didn't know where to go for the noise thing, they were like, go sort that out and stuff.
But also like because we had the one instructor, but like I just said, there's instructors there, and you are allowed to go up to them and ask them and talk to them. And there was one guy after the first session came over and he was like, you know, asking about what was it, gear changes or something. And
oh yeah, so he'd never done track day before ever.
Yeah.
And he was like asking what sort of gear he should be in for each corner and stuff. And the instructor who was with you just took him around the circuit on a map of the circuit on the classroom bit. Just took him around it like roughly what gear he should be in and how he should be doing it and stuff. Just off the cuff.
Because I think he said he'd nearly like stuffed it on the first lap.
Yeah.
So then in between the first session and the second session, he'd asked the question to the instructor, and it was just like everybody is super helpful. But even the guys need the help as well. You know, like it is, everybody is in the same boat. They might have done a couple more track days than you have, but everyone's still getting to learn the bikes. They're getting to learn the tracks. It's just new skills. I thought I could ride that bike alright, and now it's a completely different bike to me.
Riding back from the circuit to here was hilarious.
Yeah, it was like,
I don't think I went above 4.
Yeah.
Like, yes, 8,000 revs.
Yeah.
My poor bike.
It's crazy. But like, I've just got a newfound respect for the bike, for what, you know, like MotoGP does or all that kind of stuff. It's completely just insane.
Yeah.
But it was a great day.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
So good.
Cannot wait for the next one.
Honestly.
So what your biggest takeaway, the biggest thing you learned today?
That you can literally do anything. Like you
well, that was profound.
honestly,
I wasn't expecting that.
Honestly, if you want to do it, you can do it.
Yeah, it's scary for the first 10 minutes. And then it's
all
awesome.
good. And then you're just laughing.
It's just the whole way round.
One session, I was just laughing the entire way around because I was just like, this is the best fun I've ever had on a Wednesday.
Yes! So much better than work. Yeah. That's just every Wednesday. It was epic.
If you're thinking about it, definitely just do it.
Yeah.